and welcome to another episode of Spectacular Magazine Shorts. My name is Vanice Herbert, and today we have Mr. Swagg Aalegra with us. He is a Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer. He's a college professor, pretty much all the above. So welcome to Swagg Aalegra. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So tell me what it was like knowing that you were nominated for yet another Grammy.
It's always exciting to be a part of a project that's been acknowledged by our peers in the Academy. I felt the body of work was an incredible body of work. I was proud to be a part of the project. And then when they read that it was nominated, the album was nominated for Best R&B, I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is incredible. And I think it's Snoh's. I think it's her first nomination, if I'm not mistaken, her first year being nominated. So congratulations to her and all the work she's been putting in. So yeah, it was exciting. It was like, wow, okay, cool.
Right. For what is this, the sixth, seventh time?
Fifth, sixth, I think, something like that.
Wait, a lot. A lot of people don't get to say that.
It's a blessing for sure.
Definitely. So can you just let us know, how did you kind of get started and introduced into music?
Yeah, so I got started in music in the church. I'm from the South, a little town called Manchester, Georgia. I'm the seventh of 8 kids, and just growing up watching my older siblings, do music. I wanted to be a part of it. We had a family band. So I joined the band like around 8, I'll say 8 or 9. My dad was like, yeah, I got to put him in the band. So
were you a singer in the band? Did you
Yeah. So in the beginning, I was actually dancing. I was like a little mascot. I mean, I was supposed to be singing, but they turned my mic off. So I would just like be up front with my sisters. And so my brother was the lead singer, and my 2 sisters were singing background with our god sister. So, and then my other brothers were the band. So I didn't play anything at the time. So I'll just be out in the front, and spinning around in churches and doing that kind of stuff. A little gospel Michael Jackson. But then, I started getting into poetry and writing, and I wanted to figure out what instrument I naturally came to me. So I started out trying to figure out the keyboard, the guitar, and nothing really clicked till I got on the drums. So funny story, I was trying to play the piano, and one of my older brothers was like, you got the rhythm right, but you're not hitting the notes. You should try drums.
Oh, wow.
So that's when I started playing the drums a little bit later and writing and stuff. So that's where I got my start.
Okay. And so I know you are a college professor at the time. So Is there ever a time when you mix the two, like your music career and teaching?
Yeah, all the time. I think part of my inspiration being a college professor is to kind of be a conduit between real world experience in the classroom. For me, I know when I was in school, I didn't have a lot of professors who were active, in the industry. So that perspective was limited as far as what was happening. I got a good education in the theory of music, but not the practice of what was happening in real time. So part of my inspiration is really just being able to have those honest conversations as I'm going through, deals, or if I'm working with artists, or, if I'm in the beginning stages of a record I'm producing, I'm able to kind of bring that in to my class and allow them to ask questions about the process, get real feedback, give them real feedback, with the knowledge that I know what's happening. I'm sitting in these meetings to just try to help better equip them for real world experience when they move outside of the comfort of the 4 walls of the universities. I absolutely, I think that's part of my methodology as a professor, is the colliding of both.
So when you do collide, are there any times that you ever, put your students on and, bring them into your creative element?
Yeah, I've had, usually I try to preserve that for post the class. I want to be very careful collaborating while, classes are happening, because, people may feel a certain way. They may think it reflecting their grade. So I'm very careful and how I carry myself professionally in that regard. However, I have had students come to me and look for internship, during the office hours, and I've been able to connect them with industry people or songwriters or producers. I've had producers come in, and yes, I've collaborated with students after they've taken my class. They've sent me things I thought were really good. I've put them in sessions with me or invited them to write with me. I've had 3 students actually get some pretty nice placements with me on co-writing and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what it's about, though. I think it's paying it forward. And if you see someone who's talented and working hard, that's what you should do. Provide that opportunity, be that bridge for them. So absolutely.
Definitely, especially when they have a professor like you coming to their class. So next question would be, what advice would you give to someone that's entering into the music industry?
You have to, it's interesting. I was talking to a colleague yesterday about this, the concept of just like mentally preparing for success. Like if you're working hard, you're putting in the hours, you're putting in the work, you've sharpened your skills. It's in 2 things are inevitable, I feel. Obstacles and success. And you have to be prepared for both, on your journey to success. If you're putting in, this is inevitable if you're putting in the work, right? So you have to prepare your mind. Those are muscles that you have to strengthen. With success comes more responsibility, comes more pressure. Even within yourself, if you feel like you're stagnant, those are things you have to internally learn how to deal with so you won't burn out. So I would say the most important thing is to really strengthen your mental health, really understand that this game and industry is peaks and valleys, and it's how you recover in those valleys that gives you that sustainability. So that would be my main advice, just really taking the time to not only sharpen and develop your craft, but also sharpen and develop your mind and spirit as well.
Definitely, definitely. So we know your resume goes long on. You worked with Snoh, you worked with her. I seen Tiana Taylor in there. So when you're working with these artists, are there any times when you ever have to, because I know you're such a creative person, do you ever have to step back and not go full throttle into production and anything?
I think you should always, I think as a producer, you're always a servant to the song and the vibe. So, I mean, yeah, I think it's a give and take. You have to read the room. You have to understand the environment you're in. If you're collaborating with someone, it's not about you. That's the most important thing to remember. It's about the greater good of the record. So, yeah, sometimes it may cause for you to sit back and be like, okay, let me hear you out. You may go in with, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I feel 100%. And then sometimes you have to be able to zoom out to hear your collaborators or hear the artist. And maybe it's not exactly, the right thing, but it's an idea that you have to be willing to zoom out to see, okay, I understand what you're saying. And then you have to do your best to try to cater to that and make it the best thing possible. So yeah, sometimes you have to zoom out and just like, figure out what's going on.
Definitely. So aside from all the work that you've done, what are some of your favorite songs or from this year?
Ooh, songs. Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic, for sure. Jasmine Sullivan album was incredible. Olivia Rodrigo, Driver License. I think that's an incredibly written song. Adele album. I really enjoyed that album. I thought Summer Project was really good as well. I enjoyed the creativity and the rollout of Kanye's project. It's always creatively interesting just to kind of see how he's putting things together. And Drake is gonna give you Drake, right? But so for me, I have to say, Olivia Rodrigo put out incredible music. Jasmine Sullivan, Summer, Six Sonic. Yeah.
So of these people, who is someone that you dream or would love to work with in the future?
Oh wow. Definitely would love to work with Drake in the future. Definitely Olivia Rodrigo. Probably everybody I name. I haven't worked with any of those people as of yet who I've named. So that'll be really cool.
Great, great, great. So what can we expect next coming from Swagg Arcelius?
Well, I'm the developing artist. We have some artists rolling out next year. Kate Stewart from out of the UK, Alex Harris, Leo the Kind, was going to start dropping new music on him. Yeah, and I'm working on some other projects. I'm working with a rock band, the Struts, so producing some stuff with them. Yeah, I have a couple of meetings and sessions coming up I cannot talk about because of NDAs, but yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a really awesome year. Who knows? I might put out a project or a single or something.
Oh, well, we're definitely looking forward to that. Thanks, Mr. Swagg Arcelius, for taking the time and speaking with us today at Spectacular Magazine Short. I'm wishing you all the best with your upcoming Grammy nomination.
Thank you.
We are just looking forward to everything that you're going to bring in the future.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. My name is Vanice Herbert. Thank you for watching Spectacular Magazine.
Spectacular Magazine. We on the scene.